Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast with your hosts, Ben Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Man, it's been a crazy weekend for sports, especially in the NFL and the NBA. So, guys, how everything going?
Was good.
Going good.
Everything great?
Yes, sir.
Man, I know a couple of us, me and Tyler, been there with COVID, so that's why we didn't do a show, this past Friday. So we thank everybody that checked up on us, and I'm feeling a lot better, Tyler feeling a lot better, and we're gonna get right into it. So guys, we know the first game of the NFL playoffs this past weekend was the Rams versus Green Bay. And I can say for myself, everything happened as I thought it would. Do y'all agree?
Yeah. I knew Rodgers was going to be too much, and golf wasn't good enough to make plays to win the game.
Yeah, well, I almost forgot we did have one person that did vote for the Rams. I'm not going to say any names, He can speak up for himself.
Man, I really thought the Rams was gonna step up, man.
Please
I thought they
tell
were gonna play lights out, bro.
Their defense you thought their defense gonna play? Well, that certainly didn't happen.
I didn't at all.
Everybody's talking about, how you hear some NFL players say cold weather is never a factor. Once you get going, you get into the game, but sometimes I feel like they be bull crapping some, because when I watch the game, you could tell how some of the players move. Like they kind of stiff. They kind of, they're not loose as you would, playing in a sunny weather. And the Rams D line, they just look kind of stiff, man. They gave some big runs. They were getting no pressure, and and the Rams D line supposed to be the best in the biz. So
Donald wasn't healthy.
Yeah, Aaron Donald wasn't healthy, and playing in cold, they also affect your body in different ways. So he was going in and out, and they just weren't able to generate pressure. And watching the game, it just seemed like the Rams were determined not to get beat deep, but they were getting destroyed in the short to mid game range. With Jalen Ramsey and some other corners, they're playing 5 yards off the ball. Like, why? That's 5 yards, right? Automatically. That's 2nd and 5. That's short. That's second and short every time. Teams would take that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that Rams defense, they just don't have a good game plan for Green Bay.
Green Bay's running backs look good. Dillon, Williams, and Jones all had some good plays.
All three of them, Jamal Williams, A.J. Dillon, and Jones all, had some pretty good runs. Aaron Jones had 14 rushes for 99 yards. He had a 60-yard gainer. Then Jamal Williams had 12 rushes for 65. and then A.J. Dillon had 6 carries for 27. So that was a good mixture of all three. And
Yep.
it just wore down the Rams. To be honest, they just couldn't handle the running game and the passing game. They're basically picking that poison on how they were gonna get beat. And like I said, like giving up 5 yards off the ball. I mean, they just marching down on the field. They just marching down on the field on y'all, and y'all the defense is getting wore down, and the offense not able to keep the defense off the field because they getting 3-and-outs and not doing what they need to do.
The only way that I think the Rams are going to have to be able to get over the hump because they got the defense, they got the playmakers on offense. I just don't see them winning a championship with Jared Goff.
Well, I just didn't see Jared Goff. He's a game manager, I'm not gonna. He have his highs and lows, but as long as he's turnover free, everything's good. Like I just didn't see the Rams defense matching up with Green Bay. I just don't like that matchup for the Rams, man, because I feel like they can slow down the Green Bay for so long before the game just get out of hand, and that's exactly what happened. They only can slow them down and keep the Rams in the game for so long, and the Rams offense is just not that potent as the Green Bay offense.
Yeah.
And so they try running the ball with Cam Akers, They try to keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. But the game plan just...
Cam Akers is a beast.
Yeah, he is, man.
He's a rock star.
Man, he put the stiff arm on, was it Darius? Man, that was a mean stiff arm. I'm like, wow. So Darius was like, where'd that come from? Like, he just took him straight to the ground. And Cam Akers play his heart out. But I also think that if they had Cooper Kupp, that the game would probably been a little bit better too for Jared Goff. That's his boy, and he was missing him. So other than that, man, the Rams they didn't have no firepower. And I seen earlier today that I don't know who said this, but they said Jared Goff and McVay they need marriage counseling. So I was like, whoa, that's a pretty big statement.
That's funny.
Could there be trouble in LA? Could he be looking for a new quarterback?
I would be if I was the Rams.
Cause the commentary mentioned that McVay is able to do more with that backup quarterback. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name.
Walker.
What say again?
They were saying that's why they started him in the first
John
place,
Walker.
the last game.
Yes, that he was able to do more with his playbook with John, right? So what did they say about Jared Goff that they said McVay able to do more with the backup than you? So they just paid. Well, they paid him last year, right? So his contract. Was it a year or was it 2 years ago?
Last year or the year before, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was something like that. So they still on a contract with him. And so I don't see how they're gonna move away from him, to be honest, unless they trade him or something crazy happens.
Deshaun.
Now that would be something. Now they might win a couple Super Bowls if they get Sean Watson like that. But just looking at the game from the standard that I was watching from, it just seemed like the offense is just Jared Goff just can't put you on his back and sling the ball all the way around the field and move you into position to score. It takes other components and other good play calling to get that team on the go. And
I feel like Jared Goff is like the quarterback. Everything has to go right.
Yeah.
Like when stuff break down, it's like not worth.
They're like, oh, the game over with.
Exactly.
We ain't coming back. So that game was over. I would say they was in the game till the second half. You know, they lasted that long. I give them credit for that. But the Packers are just too much, man. That's like I said, I seen them a mile away. Defense played great. You know, what y'all thinking about Jalen Ramsey crying after the loss? Now, I seen a lot of people on social media bashing him. I was one of them.
Wow, bro.
I said, don't be crying now. You talking all that noise, bro. You gotta keep that same energy, man. You talking about Jamal Adams, Cabo? You can keep the t-shirts and the hats. No, you can't be talking like that, man. Then you can't be sitting over there crying.
I think they had, they was talking mess to Jalen Rams to the Rams when they won the division. I think that's why he said that.
But I'm just saying though, bro. Like, you gotta keep that same energy, man. You can't be. I don't want to see no crying. I don't want to see all that. Save it for the locker room. We know you passionate. Sometimes when you talk noise, man, you put a target on your back, and people will make fun of you. I ain't really make fun of him. I ain't saying that. I just said all I said was don't be crying now.
So you're pretty rough on these players.
I think I'm pretty fair. I keep it real. So. All right, so I think that's the nail in the coffin. Where y'all see the Rams at next year? Y'all think they're gonna be a contender?
I don't know. That division is loaded.
It is. I think Seattle's gonna come back better. Arizona really should have been in it. They just collapsed at the end. But I see them. Yeah, I see them being way better next year also. So we should see how this Jared Goff and Sean McVay little marriage counseling goes. So let's move on to the Bills and Ravens. Oh, it was a good game. It was a good defensive game. Man, Ravens defense flying around making plays. They trying the hardest to prevent Stephon Diggs to go off, but you can stop that for so long. You see Baltimore, they finally figuring out the Bills. Cause the Bills kept blitzing them, but Lamar Jackson, he figured it out, and they was up there till he got knocked out of the game.
Can you say Stephon Diggs is the best shooter in the league right now?
Man, what? Man, hey, man, I might have to drop MT out of top 5, bro.
Oh, I'll do it, bro.
I might have
Somebody
to,
playing for you?
Yeah, don't do that. No, see, Taylor, you're taking it too far. I didn't call him Snap Boy. I call him MT. I call him by his name. You call him Snap Boy. We have a little bit more respect for MT than that, right?
0 catches, man, in the playoffs.
Hey,
dud in the playoffs. Let's see.
I can't speak on that because I'm a Saints fan. I can't speak on that, but we'll get to him in a few minutes. But what y'all think about the Baltimore Bills?
It was a good defensive battle.
Did y'all see it playing out like this? Of being a good defensive struggle?
I mean, I thought Lamar was crazy. Like I thought it'd be they'd score more than 3.
This man right here. Score more than. Hey, granted, he did get knocked out of the game in the third quarter, but it was a defensive game, man. Like, what can you say? The Bills had a great strategy.
Well, you heard what Lamar said before the game. He said that nobody can stop him. Well, the Bills stopped him.
You got that right. He threw for 162 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 sacks, and 1 costly interception.
He only rushed for 34.
I mean, you can't do. I mean, if you're gonna put up those numbers, it's not much your offense can do. You're not giving your receivers a chance to make plays. You were relying heavily on a running game, which making you one-dimensional. So that means they're crowning the line of scrimmage, and they blitzing you like crazy.
I don't like their play. Their plays look like
their plays are simple.
We ran in middle school.
Yes, I'm saying they're real simple. It felt like I was watching a high school game.
Exactly.
They gotta get Marquise Brown involved.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why they don't use Marquise Brown in more gadget plays, or more zone. You know what I'm saying? Like more screen passes, more jet sweeps. You know, more pick plays. Like that. I watched like they were talking about Kansas City game. How Tyreek Hill just running a line across the field. He was just going across the field. Like, I don't understand why they just don't run drag routes across the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, use the speed to get himself open.
Mark Andrews only had 4 catches, and he had 11 targets. That's bad.
Yes, it was a lot of balls that were thrown Mark Andrews' way that was kind of uncatchable.
Exactly.
So it's really bad. I don't know what to say. Lamar Jackson.
I hate that for him because I like Lamar.
Yeah, he's a great player, man, but your feet only can carry you so far as a quarterback. I mean, at least Michael Vick, man, he put that thing on you now. Michael Vick had a strong arm. He wasn't accurate like that, but at least you had respect his arm, cause he will let that thing ride.
I wish we could
see the commercial that he had where he threw the ball out the face.
Oh wow.
You remember that commercial where he threw the ball out the face?
Yeah. It just
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
They got to do something else with that offense, man. That's not gonna cut it.
It's not, man. It's not. I mean, they were seeing blitzes like almost every down.
Yep.
They were like run blitzes, corner blitzes, basically what it was, and they were like forcing him one way or step up in the pocket. And when he stepped up to the pocket, he saw pressure or when he rolled out. I mean, there was a guy waiting for him on the other side. I mean, he had a sack where he gave up like 10 yards or 15 yards or something like that. So it was the Raven offense, man, that just was stagnant. They couldn't figure it out, and I like what the Bills did. So they it seemed like they wanted him to find an open man when they blitz, because they did it the whole time. Like, the Bills kept blitzing, and when the Ravens figured out in the second half, like, hey, they blitzing the corners or the offset linebacker, they dumped off underneath. So they were dunking the whole way down to the red zone. So when Lamar Jackson hiked the ball, they faked the blitz, then backed out of it. And there was a corner. Who was that? Was it Hyde? Who was that corner that caught the answer? Yes, I believe it was Hyde. No, it was Johnson. It was Johnson that caught the interception. He basically was like in the zone underneath where the Ravens have been dunking and dinking the whole time all the way downfield. And Lamar Jackson thought he had Mark Andrews wide open. And that's when he threw the ball and Taron Johnson jumped in front of him and picked it off. It felt like they set him up for failure because he was thinking like, oh, snap, they're bringing a blitz again. Then I guess he didn't realize, like, snap, they backed out of it. And he threw it underneath to Mark Andrews and Taron Johnson. The commentary said he was just guarding the air. Like, he wasn't guarding nobody. He was just there just, like, looking at Lamar Jackson. He was just like, okay, where you going with this? And he threw it, and he just, like, appeared out of nowhere and picked it off. No, he was standing there the whole time just reading your eyes. So it seemed like they set him up. I thought I was like, wow, that was a great defensive call to let this man dink and dunk downfield the whole time, then change it up when they got into the red zone because the field is shorter. You got more. You can cover more area now. Man, I feel like they just set him up, man. I was like, oh, that's cold blooded, and it was all she wrote.
Yeah.
So
hate to see
then,
it. Hate to see it, man.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
I like Lamar.
Did y'all like to see it? Did y'all like what y'all saw from the Bills?
Yeah.
I felt like they made adjustments, but how they play defense is not gonna get them to the Super Bowl.
It's just their run game. Their run game was non-existent.
Yeah, Devin Singletary ran the ball 7 times for 25 yards. That's 3.6 average. T.J. Yeldon 2 carries. I ain't know when did T.J. Yeldon carry the ball. I didn't know T.J. Yeldon ran it, to be honest. But apparently apparently they stuck him in there. He had 2 carries for 4 yards. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it, man. That's not balanced.
They might be Chiefs though, just if Mahomes don't play.
Well, he got a week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think how the concussion protocol goes, you got a week and you can't show any symptoms.
I hope he's ready because nobody wants to see Chad Henne start a playoff game.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing I say about the Bills, that defense, they're going to have to come up with something better because you won't be able to blitz Patrick Mahomes like that every single time. And their linebackers are not good enough to cover
They're not
Kelsey. They're not good enough to cover Kelsey like that.
Did you see what he did to that dude in that game, bro?
Say that again for me.
You see what he did to that dude on that route he ran?
Yeah, I did. So I don't see. That's why I don't. It's gonna have to be a shootout, and it's gonna come down to whoever had the ball last. That's what I'm thinking. But the Bills, they got the job done. We gotta give them credit that Josh Allen, he did lead the Bills on a couple of drives. They helped get them into field goal position and put points on the board. And the defense, they made a play when they had to, and that's what playoff football is all about. Is making a play when you have to. That's how you change the tide. That's how you change the momentum of the game. And how the game was going back and forth. You didn't know what was going to happen. Then all of a sudden, the Bills figured it out. They came over a game plan, and they got Diggs involved. They got their best players, and they got John Brown involved, and they threw a couple passes to their tight end. So they were learning how to adapt in the second half, and they got everybody going. And of course, if Lamar Jackson didn't go out the game, it might been a still close game, but I still think the Bills probably edge it out at the end. So speaking of Lamar Jackson, let me go back to him. Do y'all consider him a top 10 quarterback?
Ooh.
I think he's top 10, yeah. Not top 5.
Top 10?
Yeah, I don't think I can name 10, baby.
Yeah, he's top 10. He's just not top 5.
I wouldn't be mad if somebody made an argument for him not being top 10.
You got 10 quarterbacks better than him?
I don't know. Could I name 10 quarterbacks right now?
Yeah.
Let me try. Let me see. I'm about to try. All right. So y'all help me out. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Dak. Y'all got Dak. Deshaun Watson.
Dak Wood?
Yeah, Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Wait, you giving him Dak?
I think. Well, yeah.
You gotta give me Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll take Dak.
He threw for 4,000 now.
He been hurt, but okay, I guess I give you that.
Okay, we'll say he coming off an injury. Nothing's wrong with him. All right.
Come on.
So that's for
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, Matt Ryan. I got Matt Ryan, right?
He said Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. That's it.
Drew?
Nah, Drew gone. Well, I don't count him anymore. I think we retiring. I'm not gonna say Drew.
All right.
Yeah.
Kyler over Lamar.
Huh?
Kyler over Lamar.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think they the same. Somewhat.
Did you say Russ?
Oh, Russell Wilson. That's 7.
Oh, yeah, Russ. Yeah.
All right. Man, I don't know. Yeah, he might. Yeah, he probably in top 10. Got that 7, right?
Yeah.
Would you take Stafford over him?
That I don't know.
Hey, you didn't even say Mahomes.
He didn't say Mahomes.
You didn't even say Mahomes.
Okay, there you go. 8. I did say y'all probably need to help me out here. Let me hold on. That's 8, right? Hold on. Let me look. Because I was about to say I thought about Baker. Now?
I'd say Lamar. I'd say Lamar over Baker.
You take Lamar over Baker?
Yeah. Baker's another game manager.
Yeah. I say if you give him enough time, give him enough weapons. You see what he's doing now. Well, you saw what he did versus Kansas City. Big Ben?
No.
You want to take Big Ben over Lamar?
Not right now.
All right, so he probably like 10th. We only name 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, so y'all think he'll get paid that money?
They don't have a choice, man. Yeah. He's a franchise quarterback. He's gonna get paid.
135? You paying him 135?
I mean, I think they have to. I don't think they can. They just can't give up on him.
So who was last quarterback that got paid? Was it
It wasn't Deshaun, was it?
It was Deshaun. It was Deshaun Watson. So he can't get paid more than him. Yeah, I couldn't see them giving more money than him.
No.
He probably get paid like I'd say 127, 130. I couldn't see him. Yeah, I couldn't see them making him top paid quarterback because the next person that had to get paid is Dak. So we waiting on his contract.
Because Deshaun got a 4-year, $156 million.
Yeah. Oh, 156.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might get 135 then. If Watson is 156. Wow, man, it's gonna be crazy. I want to see how that unfolds. I mean, you have to, right? Because quarterbacks just don't grow on trees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they got to. They don't have a choice.
And that's not bad either. I don't want to make that sound like it's a bad thing that they're gonna pay him.
I mean, and then like I said, they make the playoffs every year. So hey, at least you in the run every year.
He's got plenty of time. He's still young.
Yeah, but you remember what? You remember that analogy I talked about accuracy. You can't go up that far if you a C minus. You only go up to like a C plus.
Well, he went from MVP and then he went to like kind of not a subpar, but he didn't have the greatest year this year. I think next year is when you're gonna have to see the jump for him in passing.
You're gonna have to see growth, just like everybody talking about Baker, man. Like everybody down Baker, you gotta keep the same. You gotta have the same level of attitude towards Lamar too. You gotta see growth, and we finally saw growth in Baker. Speaking of Baker,
I gotta give him the offense for that though too, though, bro. I feel like.
Yeah, they ain't like they got slouches on their offense now. I mean, they got.
I'm saying like as far as play calling.
But also, you know how much his play action, how good his play action game is when you have Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, that's where quarterback though, man.
I'm just saying, like he's got weapons. Like,
you talking about Lamar?
I'm talking about Baker.
Oh, well, I'm saying Lamar. So you saying Lamar don't have weapons?
No, he does. I'm just saying, like I'm saying Baker's a game manager in my opinion. Like, that's why I take the risk.
I don't know, man. Baker, he made plays with his feet and his arm. So I think that's a little bit more than a game manager. Because I feel like he took things into his own hands and went out there and got them first downs when they needed it.
I just think, man, if he was big time, he could have won that game because Mahomes got hurt.
So that Chiefs defense was all over him too. Let's go and get into the Browns and Chiefs.
All right.
The score of that game. Let me go back. It was 22-17. And yes, if Patrick Mahomes stayed in the game they probably won by two touchdowns. I mean, two. And let's not put this on Baker. The Browns defense was just outclassed, outmatched in every single way. I mean, they'll land Tyreek Hill and Kelsey run pretty routes all across their faces, and they couldn't do nothing about it. So
that crossing route you just talking about with Tyreek Hill?
Yeah. Dude, unguardable, man. They showed one where he ran all the way through. They hit him for like a 40-yard gainer. Then they came back in the second half and ran the same play, but this time he didn't run all the way through. He sat down because there was a safety over there. So he sat down in the field wide open, caught it. So that's why I said it wasn't Baker who was way over his head. It was the defensive play caller who was way over his head for the Browns. He didn't know how to stop it. I mean, they picking up chunks. They're picking up 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards. I mean, they just hitting it in every level. First down, I mean, I forgot what stat they said, but the first 12 plays were like first downs or something like that. It was crazy. Like, they had like 10 first downs on 12 plays. Like, what you gonna do about that? And if I'm Baker, I'm looking at, y'all, can y'all at least just make these guys kick field goals or something? Because every time the first two drives was like touchdowns, were they not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
what Patrick came out? 19-3 when Patrick came out.
Oh, really?
I don't think it was 19-3. It was way close. It was closer than that.
I think it was. I might have been 6-3 when he came out.
I wish I knew, because they were down by 10 points, I believe. I think they were down by 10. Because I remember they had to fumble through the end zone, which would have gave them the lead, I believe.
Oh, the team.
No, it was bottom within 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Going to the half, it was 3-19 going into the half. It was 10-19 when Baker threw that pass to Jarvis Landry for a touchdown. And Kansas City kicked the field goal, so it was 10-22. Yep. Then that's when it was 10-19, and then they kicked the field goal, so it was 10-22. And remember, they were marching down on them, and they fumbled the ball through the end zone. So we'll say they'll score right there. It'd been 17-22. that Kareem Hunt scored again, the score probably been 24-22 in the game. So, so Baker came out in the fourth. I want to say the fourth. I want to say the third. It was mid third.
You said Baker or Mahomes?
Mahomes came out in the third, sometime in the third.
Yeah.
The Browns really should have won this game. When Patrick Mahomes went out, they really should have won.
That fumble in the end zone was tough.
It was. So who? That's what I'm saying. The Browns defense they let Chad Henne picked up a first down on 3rd and 14. How the freak does that happen?
Chad Henne.
Chad freaking Henne. Come on. When I watch the game, of course I picked the Chiefs to win this game, but as I watch, I start rooting for the Browns. I'm like, yo, man, I'm rooting for this underdog team because it's getting kind of crazy. And I couldn't believe my eyes that the Browns haven't done nothing the whole game. Why I'm not surprised that they couldn't stop Chad Henne from using his legs and running and pick up the first down. Why was I so shocked that they let him get that first down when they haven't been able to stop the Chiefs the whole game, besides when Patrick Mahomes went out? I don't know, as a defensive player, at a certain time of point, you gotta take pride in what you do, man. It just, I give Myles Garrett credit. He was dealing with injury. He came in and he did get an important sack that caused him to get the ball back, and which helped them make another score. But the corners were playing scared the whole game, man. They need one of the corners line up right in front of Tyreek Hill's face and gave him a clean route off the line, not even touch him. At some point, man, you just gotta. What Coach say, you just gotta play ball, man. And the Brown defense just didn't do it. They just didn't help out the offense. They didn't help out Baker at all, man. How many turnovers did they get? None.
How many turnovers did they get? Did they force?
Huh?
You said how many turnovers did the Browns defense force?
Yeah, how many turnovers did the Browns get? How many turnovers did they create?
Well, Chad Henne threw a pick.
Did he?
Oh yeah, they had that one interception that Hail Mary, which I'm saying from Patrick Mahomes. What turnover did they create from Patrick? None.
Yeah, none.
That Chad Henne interception, I don't even count that. It was like a Hail Mary. I don't know who in the world he was throwing it to. That was like a give me. They ain't correct that. That was a give me. Other than that, You know what I'm saying? They didn't do anything to stop Patrick Mahomes. Granted, it is Patrick Mahomes, but man, you gotta come with a better game plan than that. If that's what y'all stayed up all night for, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So I feel for Baker, man. They're gonna be back. They're gonna be back.
That was a good step for their franchise.
It was. They got a lot of players that can ball, that have heart. Their offense should be 10 times better than this year. Everybody should be on the same page, and they shouldn't miss a beat. They definitely not gonna fly under people's radar this year. Some people say,
though?
I think he's gone.
Who?
OBJ.
You don't think he's gonna play another snap for the Browns?
I don't.
They need a draft receiver then, because they do need another receiver.
That dude, it just seemed like the offense flows better without him. Do you realize that when he got injured, that's when they went on that run?
They need to get a deep threat. They need to get like a Will Fuller. He's a free agent.
Yeah, they do. People Jones can get deep. He can get deep, but he ain't like Will Fuller though.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about let's go back a little bit. Let's rewind. So what y'all think about that? Do y'all think that rule about touchback if you throw the ball through the end zone, it should be? Do y'all think that rule should be changed or kept? Does it bother y'all any?
It bothers me, but I don't know what I would change it to.
I would keep it because I mean, it's just like if a punter, if a kick get blocked and the ball go through the end zone, it's a touchback, or if the other team knock it out the back, it's a safety. I mean, that just seemed like the right call. If you punt the ball through the end zone, then hey, that's tough luck. I hate it.
Yeah.
I really do hate it, but it just they say it Belichick tell his players don't be greedy, don't reach for it. And granted, he really didn't have to reach for it. I mean, it been first and goal, right?
Exactly.
It would have been first and goal. Boy, that's messed up. It would probably been first and goal for him if he didn't reach that ball out. And
That's
they say
momentum right there.
it did because they've been down like 3 points or something like that. So
That's the momentum.
I think that they should keep that rule. I mean, the only reason why people say they kind of hurt their teams. And it did happen to the Saints one time. I don't know you remember. I think it was in the Rams versus the Rams game. I don't think it was a playoff game. It might have been a playoff game. I can't remember. But Tommy Lewis, he phoned the ball. He dove for a pile line. He phoned the ball through the end zone. I was pissed. I'm like, yo, why? Like, why does it always happen to Tommy Lewis? Like, why is this man on the team?
Always Tommy Lee.
Always Tommy Lee, man. I'm like, why we keep bringing this guy back? But the score was the Browns. It was a tough fought game. Kansas City, they lucked out because of Chad freaking Henne. Put them on their back. Oh, but what's so funny is the great Chad. Hey, what's so funny is I was watching the game, right? And they're like, and here comes Chad Henne. I said, Chad Henne? I was like, the Dolphins Chad Henne? When I was like 14. I was like, yo, how long is
Don't do that.
I probably I wasn't that young, but I was like, Chad Henne? Dolphins Chad Henne? I was like, oh boy.
Chad Henne that plays for Michigan, right?
Man, Tyler, you probably infant when Chad Henne was with the Dolphins.
He's been playing since '99.
Dude, I promise you, I was like, I literally had flashbacks from like my high school days of Chad Henne. I'm like, yo, how this dude still around?
He's been playing since '08.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my high school days. I was like, yo, like I literally like went back.
He was a man on Michigan, bro.
I feel like that's so Raven. I'm having a flashback. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at it. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking and I'm seeing myself in high school watching Chad Henne throw interceptions. So I was like, okay. Oh man, I was like, man, that's a flashback. I was like, wow. That's not what they call it. They said that's nostalgic right there, bro.
Yeah.
Man, that's like deep into NFL archives. I didn't know that man was still around. I would about to say still alive. Oh man. I mean still around. Oh, that's crazy. All right, Chad Henne. I'm glad you're still around there, man. Glad you're still making it. All right, let's move on to the what game is that? Oh yeah, that game.
You know what game was next.
All right. So in my mind last night, I was going on a rant. Good thing we didn't have our podcast last night because I was ripping it into every player I can think of that played for the Saints. I was like, yo, y'all done it again. Y'all freaking done it again. Like, how is this possible? Man, I was like, I was, I wasn't, I wasn't mad as I thought I was gonna be, but I was very, very disappointed in this team. Saints lose to the Bucks, 30-20, and somebody mentioned a Saints fan that on a Saints group page I follow. They mentioned Roger Goodell wasn't at the Saints game, and somebody said, "Yeah, he's there for a good reason. The fix is in. He don't want to get caught up." I thought that was funny. I'm like, you know what? That is kind of strange. You ain't here for Drew Brees and Tom Brady last game, but it's whatever. You know, I know they were just messing around, but this, it's, man, where do I want to start? Let's start with Drew. Drew had plenty of chances, man, to make the right reads, to call the right plays, per se. And he just didn't do it. He didn't make the throws they need to make. And I know he felt like that he let his teammates down, which he did. Because some of them throws was inexcusable. The guys wasn't open. Granted, the receiver for New Orleans, they couldn't get open. They couldn't shake nobody. And they just didn't give a lot of window for Drew to throw it. But some of them passes Drew threw were, boy, were bad. Very bad. Like the last interception he threw to Jerry Cook, who will be the last person I ever throw to, who was triple covered by three guys. I know Drew. Three guys, Drew. Drew, I know. He's 6'6", dude. I know. But it's Jared Cook, man. It's Jared Cook. It went off Jared Cook's shoulder, popped up in the air with his bicep, his arm, went off his arm, popped up in the air, it was picked off. And I turned off the TV and I said, why would you throw that? And it's not even to MT, it's to Jared Cook who fumbled, who had a costly fumble, man. We were marching down on Tampa. We had our defense playing a heck of a game. Mike Evans only had one catch for like 11 yards, whatever, and a touchdown. And Jared Cook, when Jared Cook caught that football, I said, man, this don't feel right. I mean, I should be jumping up and down because he got the first down. He gaining yards, but I'm like, man, something's not sitting right. And when I saw him run the football carrying it like that, I said, this dude's about, I said, something bad about to happen. And sure enough, he fumbled the football. Man, I'm over it. I'm over it. Jared Cook, you're done in New Orleans. I don't get this man out of New Orleans. He had cost us too many games at the wrong time, man. And then it what makes it so bad that I think it was like 2-3 games before the playoffs, he ran a wrong route and called Drew to miss to throw an interception or do something, and he didn't want to hear Drew. He didn't want nobody to say nothing to him. That's what I remember right there. Oh my goodness, and Jerry Cook gonna cost us the game. Cause that was the turning point. We was marching down the field and we were gonna score again. But Jared Cook, oh, here comes Jared. Here he come, right on time, fellas, right on time.
Oh,
It never ceased to amaze me that you felt when you caught that football, you felt that guy hands on your back. So that should have told you, like, I'm not outrunning this guy. I'm not outrunning him. So why are you carrying the football out from your body and up it? Like, why are you not tucking that thing away like a running back and carrying that mug? Right. He's right behind you. How you not know that? And here he comes with that dumb look on his face sitting on the bench, wondering like, what just happened? You already know what just happened. You fumbled the football. You carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. That what just happened.
you're killing me, man.
Man, and I don't totally blame Drew because man, guys got to get open, and
Oh my God.
it's just
The dude, whoever was covering, I forgot the dude's name. He was covering Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
Was clamping him so bad.
Carlton Davis.
Yes. Oh my God, he was clamping him so bad.
Yeah, they call him Slant Boy after the game. That made me mad even more because now they talking noise like they just like this defense just shut down everybody. No, man, y'all got torched last week by Tyler Heineke, whatever his name is. You just got Taylor. Y'all just got burnt by just got messed over by the Redskins wide receivers. So you want to talk about shutdown, calling MT Slant Boy. I don't want to hear none of that. Because did we whoop y'all the last two games in the regular season?
But Tom Brady shows up in the clutch.
They've been on Twitter talking noise all day today.
Man, I pray, I'm like, God, please let Green Bay score Tampa. Please let them. They don't deserve this. They don't deserve the Super Bowl.
But you got to give. Go ahead, Godwood.
Y'all admit that Brady's a GOAT now?
I never said he wasn't a GOAT, though. And to be honest, Drew, I never really considered Drew the GOAT. I ain't even seen him in the top three. Well, maybe I did, but now, it's whatever. I don't really care anymore.
Devin White.
What'd you say, Taylor?
You sound like me when I get on my rants with the Texans. I just gave up.
I can't. I defended Drew as long as possible, and after he did that, I can't. I mean, what you want me to say? I can't. There's nothing I can say that gonna say, oh yeah, Ben got a legit argument of him being the GOAT. I mean, the man just threw for three interceptions. He only had like 150-yard passing yards.
Don't do that, bro. That was one game, bro.
Man, I'm just saying, like, what?
That was one game, bro.
It's been multiple games.
That man got 80,000 yards. He got 80,000 yards.
When I long to see a deep ball in a football game, then it's nothing I can say to bat Drew. I mean, he's a great New Orleans Saints player.
Oh, he's a great all-time player.
Yes, yeah, he is. Right after Brady, Roger, Peyton, Dan Marino, John Elway, let's go on.
He's hot, man.
He is.
Oh my word,
John Elway.
Drew.
You gotta stop disrespecting the great Drew, bro.
Drew, man, I don't know, bro.
I'm a Saints fan, but you can't say John Elway better than Drew Brees.
He is upset.
I feel like they had the game. I don't understand. Like, they had the game. And it just fell apart. Like, I never seen nothing like it. It just went 0 to 100. At first they up, and then now we fighting just to get a first down.
Y'all better be glad we didn't have a podcast when the Texans were up 24-0 on the Chiefs last year. I've been ranting.
But y'all the Texans. But y'all don't have Drew, though. Y'all don't have Drew Brees.
We got Deshaun Watson.
but he not on Drew level yet.
Well, I mean,
It's just tough, bro.
Oh boy, man, y'all got me
Drew
coughing over here.
No more.
Y'all got me coughing. See, y'all got me upset. And I'm coughing.
You got yourself
You don't
upset.
got
You just said John Elway was better
when
than
we
Drew
get
Brees.
down, it's like
Defense played lights out. Lattimore, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Janoris Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins, man, all these defensive players, man, leaving it on the field, and Drew can't pick up a first down.
What you got to say about this disrespect, Tyler?
he has to. He get like this after every loss, bro.
He said I get like this after every loss. All right, who else? All right, I'm about to work my way down the list. I got a list here. MT, how you not catch that one ball?
You think
Not
he's still hurt,
one.
bro?
I don't care what he is. He on the field.
Oh my God.
You say you the best receiver in the game, which I consider a lie, but I still have your back, and I say, yeah, that's MT. But I truly know that you can't. You only run 2 routes, so I mean, I don't know why I expect more from you.
Hey, DeAndre Hopkins played with broke ribs last year, and he still balled out in the playoffs.
Yes, D-Hop, Julio, Devontae Adams, all buried in MT. Yep,
Okay.
that's a fact. And MT can't be mad at that, man. I mean, if them guys are not having 0 catches in a playoffs game. They not. Look at Tyreek Hill, about 5'9". Them guys are not getting shut out a game by Carlton Davis. Oh, Carlton Davis. Man, all right. I'm getting myself worked up, so y'all guys take over.
Hey, did you watch the game?
I want to hear Tyler's honest take. I want to hear, like, he's a Saints fan. He's pretty chill about it. Let's see what he has to say.
Part of me, honestly, bro, saw it coming because, it's hard to beat somebody 3 times, especially Brady.
Yeah.
But we had him.
Tyler, we
had
did,
him beat.
But the Saints, like, they choke them things off. They good for choking the game.
Like, they start running Kamara. Like, why they don't scheme up? If MT is having 0 catches, why they can't scheme up something for him to get open? Like, why they can't be like the Chiefs and scheme up something for them guys to get open? In that case, they should let Marquez Callaway run on some more routes or something. Let somebody do something. And Emmanuel Sanders, you a freaking vet. How you not know how to run a slant route?
Oh my God, bro!
You turned up field before the ball even got to you, and then allowed the defender to knock the ball down. How you not know how to run a slant route right?
The Kamara only had 3 catches. They should have. You got to pass the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't they scheme up these guys to get open? I come up with better plays than that when I play flat football.
Their defense balled up. Really. Devin White was everywhere.
You know what? And, I try not to look at my sports pages yesterday after the loss. And it just, like, the Saints went really vanilla in the second half with the play calling. And Sean Payton too good for that. Like, I don't understand, like, how you not miss up the play calling. It's tough, man.
He likes to overcomplicate things.
He does. He overcomplicate things sometimes. Man, things should just really be straightforward. And I will pull Jared Cook. I will try to get Al Troutman some plays or something. I don't want to get back on Jared Cook. He really pissed me off. He really. I really high on him when he came from Oakland. But man, oh man, maybe it was just Oakland offense because Jared Cook played for the Rams. He played for Green Bay, and I guess I should have saw something when he couldn't stick with those teams either.
Oh,
So,
You're killing me.
yeah, man. So we gonna look for a quarterback next year. And I'm sorry it happened to you, Drew, man. Like maybe you should retire last year after you couldn't throw past 20 yards, but you stay in there like a champion. We did have a winning season, like the last 4 years, but that don't get you no Super Bowl. So
Dang, Ben. Dang.
Well,
He said he could throw over 20 yards.
he couldn't. He can't throw a deep ball. That's why he brought in Winston in to throw the deep ball to Trey on the trick play.
You just hitting that man too hard.
Man, he top.
Yeah, Drew Brees, yeah.
Man, he top 5 of all time.
You said that way. You said that way.
Hey, that way ain't no scrub. There ain't no disrespect.
I know, but still.
We always have a great regular season, but can't never get over the hump. Maybe the next quarterback we bring in, we might be able to do it. Where it might be. Man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Jameis yet. All right, so let's talk about.
You gonna see him throw one deep ball. You gonna be hooked.
I can see myself now. Jameis throw one interception. Like I'm done. I'm done with him. So, does this hurt Drew Brees' legacy?
I don't think so.
I think it does.
I think it maybe a little because, like, you know how much it would have went up though if he would have beat Brady in that game. It went way up.
They only have him over Peyton.
If he had 2 rings with those stats that are better than Peyton's, because Peyton has 2 rings, so Brees' stats would have been better, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. I think it hurts him. Because now they're going to say, oh, so we got all these casual fans, right? And they're going to say, Drew, he can never win a big game. Drew always choke at the end. He always chokes. They're going to name all, they're going to say the Minnesota Miracle and all that type of stuff, the Rounds. NFC Championship game. Now they got like ammo to say that he choked. So he always choked.
Let me ask y'all this: before this game, where did y'all have him all time as far as quarterback?
I had him second.
Second?
Yes, I had Tom first, Drew second, Peyton third, Dan Marino fourth. Then I possibly had Aaron Rodgers fifth.
So after this game, they changed that piece?
Yeah, he probably like fifth now.
Jesus. What do you think, Elwood?
It probably stayed about the same for me. Probably, I'd say he's about 4th or 5th.
See, he had him in about the same spot.
Huh?
But Ben said he was second first.
Yeah, I had second. Yeah, now after this game, I got him like fifth, 4th or 5th. Like, yeah, we'll say 4th or 5th. And they not that much interchangeable.
But what I'm saying is, like,
he was for me first anyway.
For me, like, it didn't make him go down for me. But like, if he would have won that game, I think it would have made him go up.
See, a lot of people probably have him going back. Because some people say he's not even better than Dan Marino, but I say them the same player. So if you had Dan Marino fourth, huh?
Off one game, though?
Man, Tyler, this 4 seasons. Off 4 seasons. The last 4 seasons.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can't count the Minnesota Miracle, and you can't count the Rams passing interference.
Well, I don't count them like that, but I'm telling you what casual fans count them as. Because when they see that NFC Championship game, right, they said, well, Drew had another chance in overtime, and he choked, right?
Yeah.
So that's the argument on that one. Minnesota Miracle,
that's
they
fair,
was just,
That's fair, though.
That is fair, not to me. That I think that it was 2 fouls on that play, but it's whatever. But and some people say Minnesota Miracle, he didn't play that good of a game. He was being pretty carried by the defense again. And this past game versus the Bucks, 2 interceptions back to back, almost a pick six, and then they didn't help the defense at all. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a stat here. Would you say what would y'all say if I told y'all Tom Brady will only throw for 200 yards, have 2 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 92.9? What would y'all say to that?
Well, I've taught y'all to one.
All right. So what would I say if Leonard Fournette had 17 rushes for 63 yards, an average of 3.7? What would y'all say to that?
Then y'all would have won.
All right. Let's keep going. What would I tell y'all that Cameron Brate and Leonard Fournette led the team in catches?
Y'all would have won.
And Mike Evans and Antonio Brown both combined for 2 catches.
Yeah. Y'all's defense wasn't the problem.
And Chris Godwin only had 4 catches for 34 yards. Well, I told y'all that Alden and Gronk only had 1 catches for 14 yards.
Our offense and defense are on the same page.
That's right. Who would have thought that Antonio Brown and Mike Evans would combine for 2 catches and 13 yards? That junk is wild, and we couldn't pull out that game.
Yeah, that's on the offense.
Ooh, boy. I don't see how them boys sleep at night. If I was on that offensive team with on the Saints, man.
I'm just saying, I'm not putting all the blame on Drew Brees, though. I'm definitely giving a lot to Michael Thomas.
I'm out hearing today that people think MT might be gone. Y'all, yeah, he's not happy there.
It's gonna be a crazy offseason, man.
Would y'all trade MT? I would, and I'm raising my hand right now.
I don't know if I would.
Because it's too much money on the books. First of all, for his production, I feel like you probably can get a cheaper option in free agency. I think that there's gonna be a lot of good players in free agency. I think we can revamp the offense. And MT attitude been getting in his head, and I think that's what causing him his gameplay on the field too. I mean, granted he was injured this year, but you just think things are kind of different for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't trade him. I don't think I'd go that far.
I think it depends who comes in at quarterback. If they get like an elite quarterback, he's gonna want to stay.
It looks like it's gonna be Jameis. You seen that clip of Drew talking to Jameis like he was gonna be next.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
I mean, could be right.
I think he deserves a shot.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, he do. I just don't like his attitude. I don't like his attitude. That's the only thing about him is.
Old crab leg.
So other than that, so y'all don't see MT going anywhere.
Nah.
All right, we'll see. If Atlanta can trade Julio, the Saints can trade MT. But like I said, they just paid him a lot of money, so that money's still in the books.
Probably younger.
Who you rather have, Julio or MT?
Julio.
Like right now or in their prime?
Right now, Julio. I take Julio on one leg.
Yeah, I
Dude, what's up with you, bro? You gotta stop. You gotta stop saying this stuff about our service, bro.
Man, you ain't never get none of your favorite players on this podcast.
Hey, man, I send him a postcard. It'll be all right. I'll send him a little I'm sorry card.
I told you he was rough on them players, man.
You talking to them like you Eddie Lacy.
Yeah.
Man, look, much love for my Saints, man. I got MT Funko Pop and Alvin Kamara Funko Pop. And everything, and y'all know that I'm a huge Saints fan. Just lost, man. Just tough. But I love MT. I wish him the best, man. I wish he just find his peace. Just put it like that. All right, let's Hey, MT probably ain't worrying about anything. He probably on a yacht somewhere, chilling or something.
He's
sipping
definitely on
Moscato.
Twitter cussing back at people.
Huh?
He's definitely on Twitter cussing. He's definitely on Twitter cussing back at people right now.
Does he have a burner like KD?
Oh no, he tweets straight from his account. He don't care.
Oh, he said he don't care. He be on Twitter. So I don't even want to talk about Tampa because I feel like they didn't deserve anything to be talked about. They didn't do anything special to win this game, except for them three interceptions that Drew Brees gifted to him. But which I think this what does win the Super Bowl? If Tom Brady goes to the Super Bowl and win, what does that do for Tom Brady?
He's already the GOAT, man.
Yeah, that's another notch on the belt, man. That's impressive.
Win it first year in the NFC without Belichick, it's going to even look better because like people are like, who more, Belichick or Brady? And it's looking like Belichick needed Brady more.
Yeah, and a lot of people when we talking about Belichick, it was all Tom Brady and not Belichick.
Yep.
So that's gonna be wild, man. Like I said, I hope Green Bay knock them off. 'Cause I don't like the Bucks. And
remember the Bucks beat the crap out of the Packers, but
yeah, I think it'll be different.
The Saints also beat the crap out of the Bucks.
Yeah, we'll do our picks Friday, but I think Green Bay they should be able to take this, but it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a good game, most definitely. What y'all think about the Jets' new hire for their coach?
Well, I just want to say I went 4-0 this week.
Nah, look, this guy right here. Yeah, you went 4-0. I went 3-1. Tyler went 3-1.
You picked the Rams.
You went 2-2. Oh yeah, that's right. Kai asked you. I texted you. I said, so what about the Rams? I mean, we had to have somebody pick the Rams, you know.
I picked the Rams and the Ravens.
We got. Somebody giving you some bad intel.
That's good.
I wouldn't have been surprised if the Ravens would have won either, though.
Yeah, they Ravens could have really won that game if they added some little bit more big time plays to the offense, but they couldn't get it done in the passing game. So what y'all think about the Jets' new hire?
He's a good coach. I like him.
Yeah, man, he come from that 49ers, and you know they always teach them defensive players to play fast. And that's what Jets needs, man. They need some discipline.
Why is nobody trying to hire the guy from the Chiefs? I forget his name.
Eric Blemia?
Yes.
The Texans are interviewing him on Monday.
I heard that he didn't have a good interview with one of these teams.
Yeah, they interviewed him today. Today is, I don't know why I said that. Today's Monday.
Hopefully that gets it. Well, not hopefully, but they may get the sign to say. Maybe.
Yeah.
I doubt it. They talking about that junk ain't fixable.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's talk about the Lakers real quick. Do y'all see any team in the West beating the Lakers?
No
Any
chance.
team in the league beating the Lakers.
Do y'all
They're
see
too
any?
deep.
I'm just saying in the West, not the East, but the West.
No.
Not the Clippers.
Uh-uh. The Lakers they're even better than they were last year. They're way deeper.
Exactly.
So that's huge coming for you, Taylor.
You what?
You saying that? That's huge. You saying that?
Man, I ain't stupid, man. We don't even got James Harden no more.
You like a Laker hater. You can't stand the Lakers.
I mean, I'm not a Lakers hater. I hated the Warriors more than anything.
So y'all just giving up like that. Like nobody can compete. Just gonna hand them a title.
I mean, I think the Rockets can like make the playoffs, but they ain't gonna beat the Lakers.
Man,
we gonna beat the Lakers with Victor Oladipo as our best player.
So all right, I'm right. Clippers, not even close. In a 7-game series, they're not beating the Lakers, right?
No. That'll be a big win. I say it goes 6.
All right. Utah.
Heck no.
5. Donovan Mitchell might pull one out.
Phoenix.
Sweet.
I think 6. Chris Paul gonna get a couple.
Portland.
5.
Portland will go 6. 5.
Man.
5.
Nurkic got hurt.
Yeah, I need one of y'all to say, yeah, one of them teams gonna knock them off.
Nah. Look at him. He A-Brian, bro. This man.
Nobody's going to 7. Well,
Tyler, that's not why. I'm just saying, like, nobody. Y'all saying nobody may not have a chance. I say Clippers or Utah have a pretty good chance. Cause Utah is a defensive team.
Especially not Utah.
Paul George too inconsistent.
Nah, he said he bringing that jump back. He said he getting tired of the talk like he a scrub.
In the just wait till the playoff. Playoff P comes out to play.
Yeah, y'all start disrespecting Paul George. Playoff P.
He's the side of the backboard in the playoffs.
Pandemic P.
Don't even talk like you never done that before.
You're not in the NBA. I'm not in the NBA though.
I'm not in the NBA. I don't care what nobody says. The corner 3 is one of the hardest threes to make. I don't care what nobody say. I can't shoot corner 3.
You know that Tyler's game. Tyler's game, he's a slasher and a rebounder.
That's true. Tyler ain't known to be a shooter, but he gonna take a session into that.
Hey, he gonna get his rebound.
Tyler gonna miss you. Tyler ain't no 3-point shooter though.
Don't do that.
Hey, one day we post our church league stats.
Yeah, I had about 50 rebounds a game.
man, y'all crazy stuff. Like I said, I think Clippers have a pretty good chance. And I'm sticking with Utah. I think Utah, they playing real good basketball, and they've been together. They killed the nucleus of their team together, so that's always a good thing.
Dude, that Bears is going to get destroyed by AD.
Exactly.
Go Bears is joke.
Man, I need some positivity or something, guys. Dang.
Let's be honest. You hear what Shaq said? Shaq said, "Listen, kids, you can average 11 points a game in the NBA and get paid $200 million." Somebody go back.
That's wrong, man. Yeah,
Go Bears. Shaq been bullying that man, bro.
Oh.
He's soft. Hey.
Charming.
It is what it is, man. But hopefully, somebody can knock out the Lakers, guys. That's not good for basketball.
You're a Lakers fan.
You don't want to say that, man.
He hates Bron, but he can't stand Bron, bro.
Well, let me just rephrase that. I hope somebody knock off LeBron because that junk getting old real quick. He's definitely not great.
How can you be a Lakers fan wanting to win and lose at the same time?
Guys, the Lakers betrayed me. They knew I didn't like LeBron, and they're going to go inside him.
Bron brought y'all another ring. What do you think?
That's disrespect to Kobe, bro. You can't do that. That's disrespect to Kobe.
Kobe and LeBron are friends.
They are not friends. They just act like they friends.
Oh, so you know, huh?
Hey, Ben, he's reading
He
the
wild,
conspiracy
he can't
too
stand
much.
LeBron, bro. Hey, how you not like a player after he brought your franchise a ring?
Man, he brought himself a ring, man. He don't care about no Laker franchise.
That's crazy, bro.
He don't care about he don't care about LA like that. Man, he got all y'all fooled.
Ben just roasting his favorite teams tonight.
Hey, who would know it was going that way? Look, to be honest, I thought I was going to be more calmer when I talk about the Saints, but man, I don't know. Man, I got to apologize to Drew.
Yeah.
Y'all know way.
All right, guys.
You just went crazy. You went crazy on the Drew.
And we're going to end on that note. We're going to start talking. We're going to end on that note. Like, hey, I'm a true Saints fan. Who that? But we're going to end on that note, guys. Thank y'all for listening to Voice of the Fan podcast with your hosts, Ben Reynolds and Taylor Gatwood and Tyler Wright. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. We usually do our show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I try to upload them on all social media platforms and also on most major podcast networks. So check us out there and on YouTube. Just type in VOL, Voice of the Fan podcast, and we should pull up. All right, thanks, guys. Until next time.
You are listening to Voice of the Fan Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fan Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fan Sportscast. Voice of the Fan Sportscast.